I took Microsoft and Meta. So here's the gains there, 3,100 and 4,800 or 4,900, whatever, for almost 8,000. And the first, one play was Microsoft and one play was Meta. So on the Meta, as I did the short, so I didn't do the long. I did point out the long this morning, but I did the short on this, all right? But quality short. And the reason why I really want you to try to get into the quality bar and now is because sometimes you just don't get the bounce. So if you're in that quality red bar and you want a bounce here, you didn't really get a bounce. So I played this twice. So I played this drop and I was waiting for a bounce at least to the 200, maybe a little bit past from here to short the next drop, right? Because look at what I'm doing in my mind. To me, this is one move. So I'm like, I already profited from this. So remember, that's leg one, getting in, taking profits, right? Now I'm waiting for the pullback, the real pullback for leg two. So in this case, I don't get it. I don't really get it. I get this instead. So you know how your whales can be either that or that, right? But I still see this is this quality? Is that bar quality? You tell me. Is that bar quality? Is it igniting or exhaustion in nature? Exhaustive in nature. Igniting, which means that a bounce should be short-lived, right? I shorted this rally and boom, cover. And so here and there. Now, put these two together. Here's the start. Now, if I could move this up to here, look at my gain. That's the same as shorting and covering there. When you put the two together, sometimes the length of your trade can be, because you double dip on it, can be camouflaged. That's a pretty long trade. What about the 200? Quality that becomes almost violent in nature causes everything to disappear. So there is no real 200 now. There is no support. There is no Fab 4. So when something's strong enough, it erases everything. Remember that. Violent power removes everything. So this is so powerful, there is no 200 anymore. Look how the stock is telling you there's no 200. It didn't even pause there. So power and violence makes everything disappear. You don't have to worry about a 200 being there. In fact, guys, because most of you should know, one of my number one go-to plays is violent down into a 200. You guys know that, right? I want the 200 to bounce the stock. The 200 is going to help me get this higher, right? So hopefully the 200 bounces the stock. Well, I'm going to wait right here. I'm going to wait up here. I'm hoping the 200 bounces this into my orders waiting there. Boom! That's what I'm hoping. So violence into your supportive item really means that the supportive item is either completely gone or it's weakened quite substantially. It might produce a little bounce, but that bounce is usually short-lived. The best place is that your stop is always at the high of why you're playing short, right? So if I'm playing short here, this bar is the reason for my short. So yes, I want my stop out above that bar. If you can't, bring it down to wherever your maximum is. And let's say my maximum loss per trade is here. Well then, okay, that's your stop in. But just, it's not your trade if your maximum loss is like right here, because that's where I'm getting in. You don't want to be getting out when I'm getting in. a lot of you are aware of the fact that when I get a power bar like this, I logged in late. I had login issues this morning, guys, so I didn't catch this. Otherwise, I would have probably, if I saw this, I'd have probably been in this bar and been taking profits down here and then scaling in on the way up. So since I missed the bar one, I did see the potential for the stock to move up. So what I did here, I'll show you, is that I placed orders a little higher than I actually normally do, around the round number 112 and aboves. Always go past a little bit, right? This is kind of me being a little skeptical, because I would usually start lower, but this one I didn't. I didn't start lower. I started around the round number. So let me see if this can get to the round number, and then I can judge how it got there. When it got there, I got filled, but I didn't like how it got there. And so let me go over that. All right, I'll put it back here. I'm in here. So I nailed the top pretty nicely, but I didn't like it. So while I'm in the play, I told the traders, I don't like this. I'm in, but I don't like it, right? So every trader that was with me knew that. And it says, I'm going to damage control out of this. Now, I already taught you the damage control. Now, I'm telling this in advance. I'm damage controlling out of this. So I'm going to cut this in half, cut it in thirds, and I literally get out there. I just want it out. I didn't even go for this. I just want it out. I got out. And you can see here, that actually reaped me a little small gain of 1,100. Just that drop right there. But it would have been, if it works, it would have been like a $4,000 play, let's say. But okay, I got a little bit of change out of it. Why did I not like this? Because, as I explained earlier, I want you to paint the tails red, and you'll see why I don't like it. I don't like this. This is sort of like what a move up, a bearish move up should not be taking red out like that. If this were really weak, this topping tail bar should have caused a collapse. Why is this move removing every bearish sign as if it's not there? So I'm like, nah, I'm going for damage control. And I told the traders, I might miss some gains here, but I'm out. I don't like it. And lo and behold, boom, that's right. Right. If you wanted to count those as individual red bars, it's taking out red after red after red. Red, red. This is the one that held. So that's fine. It didn't take that one out. And that's the one I'm in on mostly. And my orders were already there. So I let them get filled, literally out. But it's good to be able to mark levels like I've taught you here today, so that you have some reference point and it's not guesswork. You know, that's, as most of you know, I'm just obsessed with doing my best to remove you from guessing in your trading. To have a method that is so well defined that there is no guesswork and that the vast majority of your trading decisions are already made before the trade. So, for instance, once a stock breaks into the top third level, I'm a damage control trader. Like, think about how that removes thinking. If that is a line item in your plan, if a move gets past the top third level, I'm a damage control trader. No questions asked. That decision is already made before you get a 2/3 retracement. So the best trading plans have already decided what you're going to do in every scenario. And so your line items in your trading plan are decisions already made. And so when you're trading, you should not be needing to make a decision. And if you catch yourself making decisions, you're not trading according to a plan, or you need a line item to remove that decision you had to make in the middle of a trade. Why is there no line item? Why did you have to think? Why did you have to analyze? Something's missing, or you're ignoring what isn't missing. This move up could be one bar or multiple bars, but usually it's just power. Like, this is power, and I don't like it. I'm going to always remind you of this. To gain greater clarity, you can remove tails, right? So let's remove this one. Now, do you see how far up this went? There's just a little tiny red little piece there left. That's not cool. That's not bearish. That cat's not dead, right? That's what we call a dead cat bounce. That cat's not dead. and it's coming to get you because you dropped the cat from here. And the cat's not happy. So see you right there? This is you. You dropped the cat. This cat is coming to get you. And so you want to be careful with those bigger than normal bouncers. They don't work most of the time.